Hi guys, this is Soham. And like I'm going to talk about butterflies of Bihar in today's presentation. I'm sure not many of y'all would know what is the butterfly diversity of Bihar, or even as such wildlife diversity, and what protected areas are available, and which provide about to the plethora of flora and fauna that is found in this state. So to give a geographical context to where I am speaking. Okay, so Bihar is in northeast of India, and it is a completely landlocked state. The north border of Bihar is shared with Nepal, as you can see in the map, and on to the west side it's Uttar Pradesh, in the south is Jharkhand, and then on to the east it's West Bengal and so on. And some part of it is also shared with Madhya Pradesh. So the northmost tip of Bihar, as you can see, is it falls under a landscape which is called as Terra landscape. You see that how the map that gives you an idea of what exactly dry arc landscape is. So it's continuous tract for which goes into Nepal and also in India, and it's one of the main tiger corridors in India, and as maybe has one of the highest density of tigers between the two countries, and there is always um, sharing of fauna as well as flora between the two countries, as you can see. So where I am sitting right now is Valmiki Tiger Reserve. As you can see in the bottom right side of the map, um, and it is a continuous forest with one national park. So in terms of butterflies, this location plays a very because it is also connected to the Himalayas. So in we'll come to that ahead, but Bihar has around 27 districts, and coming to the geology of it, Bihar lies in the Indo Indo-Gangetic plains, which is an extremely which has a fertile soil. Since it in the plain, there is not much of altitude that you can gain. The highest point is the Someshwar Hills, which is also in Valmiki Tiger Reserve, and is about 80 feet above mean sea. And you can see in the picture that from Valmiki Tiger Reserve, the the greater Himalayas, the Annapurna range can be seen, and is just 100 kilometers. So that gives a geographical context, also introduces the diverse of fauna that you can get, even the central fauna as flora and fauna, as well as the Himalayan flora and fauna. So Shivaliks, which is the outermost part of the Himalayas, great influence on climate geology as well as the culture. There's a lot of culture exchange. It is extremely fertile soil, and since it's in the plain, you can see the sort of drainage area of the whole state, and you can see the sheer amount of rivers that traverse and divide the whole area. Bihar is specifically known for its erratic monsoons, and um, severe flooding is induced every year, which submerges acres and acres of fertile land underwater. So this is also very good because with each flood there is a deposition of lot of minerals, and that's why you get a really good quality of alluvial soil here, and that is sort of the main thing. That's why a lot of people in Bihar are farmers, and farming is one of the main professions here. So monsoons are from July to October, and winter is from November to March. The summers can get extremely hot, up to 45, 46 degrees Celsius. Each year you get new in the news. It is reported that uh, quite a number of people die because of heat stroke due to severe summers, and but thankfully it hasn't been this that hot this year as such. I guess it's because it's the effect of the lockdown, I guess, and the hot summers are just induced by climate change, if we can say. The winters get pretty cold with temperatures even reaching up to -1 degree Celsius. Um, so that is about it in the climate part. Talking about protected areas, there are around 13 protected areas in all of Bihar, and 7.1% of the total geographic area of Bihar is under protected areas. As you can see in the map, Valmiki Tiger Reserve, the one which is the number one area, which is on the uh, northmost point on the map, that is connected with Nepal. Um Other than that, there is at number 11 in the map is Udaipur Wildlife Sanctuary, which is also really great sanctuary, and lot of it has a pristine lake in the middle of it, and it is a refuge to lot of migratory water birds, and that area is known for its water birds diversity as well as fauna. These Both of these areas provide great mud puddling opportunities for lot of butterflies. Other than that, coming to the south is Kaimur Wildlife Sanctuary. Kaimur Wildlife Sanctuary is a huge stretch of forest which is continuous between three states, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, as well as little bit of Jharkhand, and that is also a great habitat, and it also holds a great diversity of fauna as well as flora. Um, and then in terms of butterflies, special mention needs to be given to Sanjay Gandhi Biological Park, which is the Patna Zoo, and that is also a place to visit, and they're doing some great conservation work in terms of rhino breeding, and hopefully in near future we can have a reintroduction of rhinos through the Patna Zoo, because their breeding program for rhinos is immensely successful. Coming to the forest cover, flora and fauna of Bihar, you can see some pictures I've given for representation. So most of the forest in North Bihar falls into the Tarai Babar Plains. As I said, Shivalik plays a great influence, and that is the outermost Himalayan. And coming lower, it is the Tarai Babar Plains. And so the main forest type is moist deciduous forest up in the north, while the more south you come towards the central landscape, you will get dry deciduous miscellaneous forests. Alongside rivers, as you saw in the previous slides, alongside rivers you will also find swamp and littoral forests. So the main tree species and plant species that you get are sal, you'll get a lot of khair, you'll get black sesame, you'll get cassia fistula, or amaltas that you call, is a very common plant and usually flowers in month of May in the summers. You'll find a lot of arjun. You will find terminalia species, namely terminalia tomentosa as well. That's quite a bit. um, in terms of grasses, we have great grasslands which are filled with saccharum species. You'll get saccharum munja, you'll get saccharum spontaneum. You have other palatable grasses such as imperita and chloris. And then we also have some deep rooting grasses such as Desmotachia bipinnata, which is also called as couche grass. So these grasses are common throughout the whole landscape, throughout the whole state, if I can say. Now, coming to the faunal diversity of Bihar, it has a mix of both central plains as well as the Himalayas. So you have a great diversity from tigers, leopards, dholes. Dholes are Asiatic wild dogs. Hyenas, gaur, cheetal, sambar, hawk deer, Himalayan sero, Chausinga, even um, clouded has been captured in Valmiki Tiger Reserve. You get elephants and of course rhinoceros. So other than you also get fishing cat, leopard cat, and even rusty spotted cat. So it, like we last we've recorded almost 30 species uh, of mammals in Valmiki Tiger Reserve alone. So that is a great diversity compared to some of our. It is almost matching to some of our premier protected areas, if I can say. So um, going ahead, we'll talk about the state symbols of the state. The state animal is gaur. Is the picture of a gaur and a calf from Valmiki. The state bird is house sparrow. Flower is kachnar, as it's called. It's Bahonia variegata. I've put a representational picture in the slide. The state trees people, Ficus religiosa. Street food, I guess everybody loves, is mango. And sadly, there is no state butterfly. So hopefully we can change that in near future. Um, if you talk about butterflies of in Bihar or butterflies of Bihar, there has been no substantial work done on butterflies in Bihar as such. So the publications you will find are from ancient times, which are listed below, and they have been published in the Journal of Bombay Natural History Society in the 1900s, in the 1948s and 76. So these are not available online or at open forum unless and until these old publications in book forms that you will get access to only if you go to the library, which is stored in their archives. But there are a few upcoming publications on butterflies, which is the butterfly of Sanjay Gandhi Biological Park, that is Patna Zoo. And there are few IFS officers who are very keen on butterflies, and they have taken the initiative of coming up with like a guidebook for visitors, as well as I think it's on sale, but it's currently under publication, and it is yet to be out. And they have done a great job on creating a field guide on butterflies of Sanjay Gandhi Biological Park. And then, as a member of WWF, we are also coming up with a environmental pamphlet for education, which will be distributed to school kids in terms of environmental education, uh, and it is called the Common Butterflies of Valmiki Tiger Reserve. So it's an attempt to introduce the school kids with the common butterflies that they can find even in their backyards. So other than such initiatives that department and WWF has been taking, um, there is a much requirement for a proper survey of butterflies, or a need for many individuals to become butterfly enthusiasts and start surveying and creating a proper checklist. So if you, in terms of butterfly activity, May to June and October to November is what I have found to be the peak activity. So since that we have cleared that there is no substantial work done on butterflies, whatever I am talking about is from my personal experience, that the opportunistically the butterfly watching that I've done, whenever I've gone into the forest, and the pictures and the butterflies I have identified and noted down in my field guide. So these are purely my observations, and they are highly opportunistic. So there is a great chance that I've missed a lot of species that are found here, but I just couldn't find them and couldn't record them. So what I've found is that May to June and October to November is the peak activity. So May to June is this time where it's also hot, and it's just the onset of monsoon. So you will have occasional light showers, and that will moisten the soil, and you will find a lot of butterflies coming in. And most of the soil is sandy in nature, as is alluvium, and you'll find a lot of butterflies taking this opportunity to come down and mud puddle. Even in the forested tracks, the streams of filled with water, and there's a lot of minerals being carried down. Uh, and you will find a lot of butterflies mud puddling across the banks, around in the banks, and even in the moist patches inside the forest. And same can be said for October to November, which is post monsoon period, and just at the onset of winters, you'll get a hot patch of weather where you will find a lot of um, flowers will start blooming during this time, and you will find a lot of activity around um, flowering plants with a lot of butterflies coming and nectaring. So far I have found presence of all six families of butterflies. You have the swifts, you have swallowtails. I've seen the whites and yellows, which is the parrots. Majority of butterflies that I've spotted have been lichenids, have been the blues, and also the brush-footed ones, which is the nymphalid. And I have also spotted plum judy. I don't know if it was a plum judy or suffused double-banded judy, but either of them. And given the location of the area, I'm sure you will also find a lot of punches like common punch, but I haven't found them yet. um, Talking about areas which have high diversity, and these are the spots that if one is avid butterfly or and wants to go watch butterflies, these three spots are a must visit, which is the Valmiki Tiger Reserve, of course, which is such a diverse habitat track. You will get a lot of diversity of butterflies in this one place, especially since its connection to the Himalayas and the continuity of the forest. Next is Udaipur, because it provides such great soil for mud puddling. You will find a lot of mud puddling activity here. Um, even in the forest dwelling species, you will find a lot of butterflies in Udaipur as well as in Kaimur. So these two places I think I can vouch for personally. And again, a special mention to Patna Zoo, because they have been actively managing their gardens and growing a lot of flowering plants, and you get a good diversity of butterflies, nectaring butterflies, even in the Patna Zoo. So even a casual visit can land you around some 20-30 species. Uh, since there has not been much work done, I haven't been able to decide or haven't been able to state a number of like species found in Bihar, like I think some of the other states have, and that is because of lack of empirical data. And it wouldn't be fair on my part to just give a number saying that these many species are there without having an empirical data backing my claims. So I have refrained from doing it. But coming to the last and the final segment is some of the pictures that I have clicked here in Bihar, and these are the common butterflies found in Bihar, in and around Valmiki, in and around Udaipur, and in Patna Zoo as well. And you get, of course, you get common mime. You get both the forms of common mime, and as most of you all may know, that both of them um, mimic the tiger and the crow species. So the dissimilus mimics your glassy tiger, and Clytia mimics common crow. So you get common mime. Quite, it's common. Commander and common baron is also a common visitor, and you'll find them mud puddling or nectaring on lot of wildflower species. Here you can see it on lantana. Um, you Danite egg fly is also uh, there in Bihar, and so is common lascar. So here is the mountainous and forest dwelling species such as lascar can also be found, and it's pretty common that one can easily spot this species flying around, especially around the riverbanks, and like mud puddling around rocks which are rich with minerals. Um, you get both silver lines. You get common as well as long banded silver line, which I found. These both the pictures I got it in the same range, and both of them were actually together side by side. my camera setting sort of goofed up, so I couldn't get just as nice picture of long banded as I have got of the common one. But I guess that is still fine. um, Common hedge blue, common line blues. Line blues can be tricky. You find quite a few of line blues which are different. You might get dingy line blue as well, and but then they are very difficult to identify. Um, so you get multiple line blue and not just common line blue, and as well as common hedge blue. You also get the large hedge blue, which is an Himalayan species. Um, Red flash is also here. You get the common red flash, Oriental red flash, not the Himalayan one. You might get the Himalayan one, but I haven't seen it. Orange oak leaf is much more common than blue oak leaf, and I've seen it a number of times, especially in Ganoli range of Valmiki Tiger Reserve. Um, you get both oak blues here. You get large as well as Indian oak blue, and acute sunbeam. I've managed to get a good picture of this acute sunbeam male trying to bask in the sun on a early monsoon morning. You get Oriental Meadows Brown. I think this is the first record from Bihar as per my observations, or as per what I know. And as you can say, that since there is not much work done, anything that you find which is unique turns out to be a first record, because people don't know that these are there, or there are no records of this species. And the mottled emigrant is also here, which is again a common butterfly. Lime swallowtail. You get all pansies. You get yellow pansy, blue pansy, peacock pansy, gray pansy, as well as chocolate pansy. um, yeah. Then the uncommon record is of common ciliate blue. Again, because this is mainly been recorded in Western Ghats and in the southern part of the peninsula, and not much in the north. Finding this species, or you'll find this in West Bengal as well. Um, Finding this species in Bihar was actually very unique, and it's found abundantly. I mean, I found at least 7-8 individuals mud puddling at the same spot when I got the picture of this guy. And again, grizzled skipper is there, and anomalous nawab. As anomalous nawab, as you can see, there are two spots instead of one. That is the ID key from anomalous and common nawab. And um, so some since most of you are avid butterfly watchers, you know that it is not always possible to get pictures of all the butterflies that you see. So here are some of the notable mentions that I have encountered, but haven't been able to get a good picture or a picture at all. And I would like to mention here that this purple emperor was itself a lifer for me, because I hadn't seen the butterfly before. But it is so distinct that you can't not get the identification right. So then again, it is a proof that you get Himalayan species such as purple emperor in Valmiki and in the adjoining areas as well, other than leaf blue, tawny coaster, and great egg fly, even great orange tip, which is more of a forest dwelling species. So talking about a way forward and how we can sort of get butterflying or butterfly watching as a prime activity here is at least having a systematic butterfly survey in either of the protected areas, and have a complete and updated checklist of butterflies of Bihar. And then of course I don't have to stress about on the need of having a state butterfly, and it is so important to have an icon of a representation of the butterflies in as a state emblem. And it is also of utmost necessity that we should have a state butterfly. And that is about it. That is a picture of me um, in when I was back in Mumbai, and I think it's 10 years back when I just started butterflying, and you can see my new shoes have all gone in the muck, and so have I in clicking a good picture of blue bottles. And yeah, I really love this quote by from Winnie the Pooh. And I think that is about it. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to represent this beautiful state with such great biodiversity. Thank you.